Bill Nichols, Shade Tree Gunsmithing Leatherworks. Right here it is, just before Christmas, and I wanted to share a little story with you about my two girls, my two Chihuahuas, how they came about, and the reason I ended up with them. A friend of mine, they had to move, and they had a Chihuahua, and they gave it to me, and they had called it Tinkerbell. And then the same people turned around and bought a little white one, and they wanted me to babysit it. Well, I got to babysitting it, and it liked me more than it did them. So it claimed me, and it wouldn't go home. It'd go home, and it'd cry and go on, so they let me have it. And I kept them a couple of years there, and I used to run a flea market over in Bean Station. And but they went with me everywhere I went. Didn't matter where I went, they were with me. And I had some rock being brought in over there one day, and I took them with me, as usual, nothing different. And we got out of the truck over there, and they weren't out of the truck a half a minute, and there was a cat close by, and it come running out of the weeds, and they took off after it and run out on the main highway, and both of my little girls got run over that day at the same time. And you know, I never cried at my daddy's funeral or anything like that. I'd seen so much death in my time, but I'll tell you what, over them two dogs, I cried for a month. Now they can say that a man won't cry. I tell them what, this guy did. Well, my sister, she was alive at that time, and it went on for about 3 months, and I could not even talk about them two dogs. And I asked the good Lord, I said, Lord, I said, you know, I never knowed that anybody could love anything so much, but that's all I had was those two dogs. Wasn't married, you know, not married now. I mean, you know. But one day there, my sister called me, and she said, little brother, you got a couple of $100 that I could borrow. I said, well, yeah. I said, come and get it. And she said, okay, like that. And I waited and waited and waited, and finally she showed up, and she said, I tell you what, I'm just going to tell you what it is. And she showed me a picture, and it was Powder Puff. She was 6 weeks old, and they wanted $200 for him. She told me where it was at. Well, I got Darryl to take me down there, and I got her. Well, she was so young, she had just been winged, that on the way home, now I had a t-shirt on, and I had her up next to my chest, and she kept trying to suckle me. You know, she was that little. And that just kind of broke my heart, you know, because of taking her away from her mama like that at that age. Well, my niece called me the following Sunday, and she had went to a flea market away from here. And she said, Uncle Bill, says, I found a tan Chihuahua that looked just like that Tinkerbell you used to have, but a puppy. I said, how old is it? She said, 6 weeks old. Now, it was a week older or younger than what Powder was. And so I asked, what did they want for it? And she said, I can get it for $100. I said, well, get it. And she brought them home, and I noticed right off the bat that my baby had been abused. They'd either kicked her or something, dropped her or something. But her left eye is weak. It kind of bears off, you know. It goes further than what the other one does, I'll put it that way. But I just fell in love with her. And, you know, since that day, now I love them other two dogs. But now I don't take these everywhere. I did get them out and ride them around the park today. But these two are 10 times more loving, they showed me more attention. Now Powder, she's a little mad at me this evening. And she's sitting over on the couch instead of being over here in my lap like she normally is. But her nails were getting so long, and my cameraman helped me. He clipped them while I held her, and she's still mad at me. She's not mad at him, because I'm the one that held her, and she growled, and I just put my fingers like that around her snoot, where she's getting back. But anyway, I mean, you know, that's, I know that one of these days, when the good Lord's done me being down here, and I go up there to be with him, I'm going to see my other two dogs. And these here will be with me. And then all five of us, we just run out in them fields and just play and go on, you know. Because I do miss them still yet. I guess something like that you don't get over. I miss fellow comrades that I've lost over the years and stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you that little story, you know, and just, today we kind of wore out. Now, I just tell you, I went and cut wood. And if there's anything that'll let a person know what kind of shape they're in and how old they are, cutting wood to do it, because I feel old this evening. And, but anyway, right here it is at Christmas time. And I'll do it one more time. I want to wish each and every one out there a very Merry Christmas. Now my girls are going to let you know they're here. But, and a Happy New Year, a sober one. Or at least if you get out, have a designated driver. Because like I said the last time, the life you save may be mine. I may have to get out here and go somewhere. You know, so anyway, have a fantastic Christmas. I love all of you. Like, subscribe, and it don't cost anything to subscribe on this thing. So, I mean, you know, just hit that subscribe button there, and we've got some new videos lined up to pay tribute to the armed forces. I've got some gunsmith videos that I'm going to start working on. That 1022 that I built, I done everything to it, but you know, redo the stock, and so I'm gonna redo the stock a different color, and then that way it makes it. I've done something to all of it. But anyway, and I'll video that where you'll see how it's done and stuff like that. It'll be like a tutorial video. And but anyway, like I said again, you know, have a Merry Christmas, and you know, we'll definitely see you with the Lord's willing after Christmas. So have a good one. Patty Pup, you want Daddy fix you something to eat? Huh? Do you? Dance around there. Dance around. Dance around. Dance around. Dance around. Good. I'm not going to pick you up because I know you're mad at me. But you my babies. Yeah, you my babies. Oh, you my babies.